Good morning, everyone, those who are in attendance and those who are not in attendance. This is our go-to-meeting session for Monday, August the 14th, 9 a.m. I do apologize for the 2-3 minute delay in getting the meeting started. I am currently recording the session, and so we're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who are unable to attend the meeting, do remember that I'm going to upload the audio to day 9 GoToMeeting link. So once this meeting is over with, immediately after that, I'll upload it. And again, you'll go under day 9 in the portal, left-hand side of your portal, click on GoToMeeting, scroll to the bottom, and you're going to see today's audio session. It is going to be a YouTube video, so you must have YouTube in order to listen to it. And then if you have any questions after listening to the audio, you are able to contact me during my scheduled posted hours that I have for my virtual hours. You're always welcome to text me. And of course, I'll do my best to return your text back as soon as possible. If not, you'll definitely have a response within 24 hours. This will not be a long meeting. I just want to, I really want to reemphasize some things from week 1 and week 2 concerning grades and academics. And then I'm going to move forward to talk about what you're going to be doing this week and make a little mention about your project that's also due next week. Okay, so week 1 and 2, I have been talking about grades. I stressed a lot about the grades during week 1 because I know what's going to happen if any student fails the course. I don't want any student to fail the course, but I must advise you of what will happen if indeed you do potentially fail the course. This class will not be offered again. Okay? From my understanding, this will be the very last time this class will ever be offered. Just so you all know, we're in a teach-out. So in a teach-out, it is just what it is, just what it's called, an actual teach-out, which means that we're teaching the courses out as they become available. So I try to do what I can to encourage the students that if you do not have to fail a course, don't fail it. If you don't have to withdraw from a course, don't do it. Because there's no such thing as a re-enrollment, a retake if I fail the course. None of that is available. Therefore, I am admonishing you once again for week 3 and week 4 to stay above a 70%. The reason I do not tell students or advise students, oh, well, you can actually pass the course with a D. I'm going to tell you why I don't do that. Because if you get down to week 3 and you have a D in the course, unless you absolutely knock everything out the ballpark in week 4, you're subject to fail the course. Because even if you say, well, I'm in the midway area of D's, I can't promise you you're going to pass the course. And when I have students that have a D going into week 3, I really have to stress so hard, do not allow yourself to go below a 70. So if you are that student that's in that category, you have a D, whether it's a low D, a mid D, or a high D. I am stressing once again, you've got to get that grade up above a 70, and you got to keep it above a 70. That means if you're going into week 3 with a D, by the end of week 3, when I have put in all grades, you need to be above a 70. You don't need to be right at a 70. You need to be above a 70, because week 4 can be your threshold. It can take you over. It can take you under. It can keep you where you are. And I don't want you to play with that, not knowing exactly where you're going to be. I just don't want you to take that chance. So I am admonishing all students who are currently below a 70%, please, please, please do your best to A, complete your midterm and complete it well. Okay, so do your very best on your midterm. Take your time, read your questions. Yes, it's a time test, but this is information that you've been exposed to. And if you have prepared yourself, you should do well. Okay, but it does require preparation. B, make sure whatever assignments are due for this week, including homework assignments, get them all done. Don't leave anything not submitted. Submit everything, okay? And yes, you're bound by due dates, okay? Now, I have gave a little leeway if you forgot to do something or you forgot to turn something in, and I really didn't count a late penalty against you. That's not going to happen for week 3 and week 4, because by now everybody should have a clear understanding as to what's due. And remember, when you do homework assignments, please do not hit the submit button until you've gone back and reviewed to make sure you've answered all questions. Homework assignments are set up where you can go in and out as often as you need to, as long as you don't hit submit. And it's also set up where you can toggle back and forth between your questions as long as you don't hit submit. So I don't have it set up where you have to answer a question before you move forward, and then once you put your answer in, you can't go back and change it. I don't have it set up like that. So there's no excuse why a student says, oh, I didn't do this, that, oh, I didn't. No, make sure you double check everything, okay? If you do hit submit because you forgot to answer a question or whatever, I'll go back and open it, but then you're gonna receive a late penalty of 20%. And late penalties affect your grade. And if you're my student that is currently at that D level, I really don't need you getting any penalties or zeros or partials for things that you didn't finish or complete. So let me talk about partials. My partial things are, let me start with discussions. You are required to have at least 3 postings for discussions. Your initial post, and it needs to be in there on the date that it says for the discussion, or there will be a loss of points. You need to respond to me because I chime in, and then you need to respond to a classmate. So when it's all said and done, you should have 3 postings. Your initial post for this week, for this discussion number 5, is due today. By tomorrow night, Tuesday night, you should have 2 more postings. A post in response to my question and a response into your student or into your classmates' comment, okay? Now, partial for assignments. If I give you multiple assignments on any given day and you fail to submit and complete those assignments, you don't receive full credit for that particular day's activities. Every assignment carries its own weight, okay? There's no such thing as you get a total of 50 points and you can only do part of the assignment. No, it doesn't work like that. So everything that I give you, please do your best to make sure you complete it. If you have trouble opening up a document, seeing a document, or whatever the case may be, I need you to reach out to me the day of, not the next day, okay? Now, like I said, I've been a little lenient week 1 and 2, but week 3 and 4, all late penalties and everything will be applied as necessary. Now, does that mean I'm giving you permission to contact me and say, oh, I forgot to turn the assignment, can I turn it in? Absolutely not. I'm not giving you permission to do that. That is going to be a 0. But if you say, oh, I had this, that, and etc., I got documentation. Okay, let's see your documentation first. And I do review documentation thoroughly. I truly do. Or if it's one of those things, oh, I was running late, I got off late, and I let time slip me by. That's not a legitimate excuse as to why I should allow you to submit an assignment. Okay? And in the event I do allow an assignment that was for an extenuating circumstance and you had documentation or whatever to back it up, I'm willing to do that to allow you to submit it, but it's going to be the 20% penalty. And if you are my at-risk student right about now, you don't need that. And any student I have in class below a 70, you're an at-risk student for me. Okay? So I hope that clears up everything about grades and academics. I'm pushing you because I know you have the potential. I know that you have life situations. I have them as well. I know that you have other obligations. I have those also. I have other obligations that I have to obligate myself to. But I also have an obligation to you all. Okay? So I have to make sure lesson plans, whatever you need, quizzes, tests, activities, I have to make sure everything is available for you when it needs to be. And I have done that. So now I'm admonishing you and challenging you to make sure you get everything completed. Okay? Now, that's enough about grades and academics. Again, keep yourself above a 70. Try not to be right at a 70. Get on up there. Okay? You got 2 more weeks, but you have a limited amount of things to be done. Now, this week will be a full week, week 3, but things will kind of start tapering a little bit week 4. Okay? So, your midterm is open and available. It is your daily assignment. It is due tonight. There's no exceptions. It must be completed tonight or it is a 0 and it's worth 100 points. That will tremendously alter your grade so bad. Please don't allow that to happen. There's a midterm eval for the evaluation for the class. There's no grade tied to it. If you complete it, that's okay. If you don't, it's okay. Don't stress on that. Don't let that be the determining factor as when you decide, okay, what am I going to do first? Get this midterm done first. You have discussion number 5. You have your initial post due tonight. And of course, with your journal, as always, you have until tomorrow night to turn it in. And then, of course, you got homework chapter 8. Tomorrow, you're going to have a class assignment that you're going to do, day 10. It'll be available after midnight for you, okay? You have chapter 9 and 10. Then on day 11, you're going to have an activity. I have a quiz scheduled for you. Another discussion, a brand new discussion. And then on day 12, you have an activity to do. And I'm not sure if I'm going to give you a quiz. Let's see. I don't believe. Yes. You're going to have a quiz on day 12. Okay, so what I want to do is make mention of the project that you're going to do for the class. A very simple project. It shouldn't take you nothing but a day to really get it done. I am going to open up the instructions for the project on Friday, the 18th. Therefore, if you want to go ahead and get started on the project, my pleasure. You will be able to see all of the requirements and basically what you're going to do. The title of the project is called Healthcare at its Best. And basically what you're going to do, I'm going to assign you a particular healthcare department. I'm going to assign it to you. And basically what you're going to do with that healthcare department is you're going to set up a PowerPoint presentation based on the information that is required. Things such as functions, education required for different type of professionals, salaries, just a variety of things. And so I have everything listed in the instructions. Again, I'm going to open it Friday. It won't be due until, let's see. One moment. Let's see what day I have set. Tuesday, okay, which is day 14. So I'll open up day 14 for the final project portion, and I'll do that on Friday. That way, that gives you Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday to work on your project. You should be ready to finish it up on Tuesday and submit it. Okay? And of course, the final project is your daily activity for Tuesday. But rather than wait until Tuesday to open it, I'm going to go ahead and open it Friday so you can go ahead and get started. That way, if you put it together and see some things you need to change or want to change, you'll have the ability to be able to do that. Once you actually look at the instructions for the project, if you have questions, you can contact me with those questions or email me with those questions so that I can better assist you. Again, it should be very self-explanatory, very easy for you to follow. You just have to create the PowerPoint portion of it, and that is the part that I don't assist students with. I don't show students how to do the PowerPoint. By the time you get to this course, and definitely by the time you get to the end of the program, you should be well versed with how to do PowerPoint. Because in a lot of your other classes, you would have done it at some point. Okay? So as far as creativity, choosing your theme, choosing your colors, choosing your format, I pretty much leave that totally up to the student. There are certain things I do ask for as far as the resources, where you got your information. There is a particular way that has to be, but other than that, it's however you want to create it. It's not designed to be very long. I just need to cover all of the questions that are being I just need to cover all of the material that's being asked of you in the project. So that pretty much concludes our meeting for today. We will convene here again on next Monday. That date is August the 21st. And that will be our very last week of this particular course. And so during that week, I will discuss, I'll make mention of the project again. I'll go ahead and tell you for your final exam, because that will be done on that, let's see, final exam will be done that week. It'll actually be done on Thursday of that particular week. And so we'll discuss about that on Monday when we have our next meeting. 9 a.m. Again, if you're unable to attend, no problem. Just make sure you listen to the audio and do your journal, okay? You all have a wonderful day until we convene again for next week. Bye-bye now.